What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So what we've been doing is, like, we've noticed quite frequently that the Nasdaq is actually all the way on its way down. In our last video, we finally hit target down here. You guys would know that, hence why no video was uploaded last week. So the week before, we've mapped out this whole sell sentiment that took place down here. I hope you guys took it. If not, no worries. We got some more interesting things cooking as per usual. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through the Nasdaq. We're going to go through some news sentiments that we're going to do, and then we're just going to have a quick glance at what was tentative and what wasn't. So there was a tentative GDP which put us right on track for the USD. So we just want to kind of see where we are on that, right? So first things first, the Nasdaq. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over GBPJPY as well. Later this week, guys, I'm going to do US oil, right? But that's something for a different time. There's a reason why I want to do that afterward, right? So the Nasdaq, what we reckoned was after this we might drop inward and then catch the sell downward down here. Right, so the sell took place, everything's fine. It came into the zone that I suspected we would reject this little price action here on the left. That's all good and well, right? So what do we expect from the Nasdaq going forward, right? The first thing here is, guys, we want to notice the bullish divergence that took place here, right? This is vital for us to determine what's going on. However, with that bullish divergence came a rejection of a valid support area up here, and as you can see, the rejection coincided with the 50 level of the RSI. Now, those of you who watched my RSI video, you would know if we are above the 50 MA, if we are above the 50 level, we are in a bullish market. If we're below the 50 level, we are in a bearish market. So because the hidden divergence, the divergence came and rejected the 50 twice, right? We need to see what's going to happen now. That suggested that when the bulls don't have enough momentum, remember, RSI is a momentum indicator. That double rejection confirms for us that the bulls don't have enough momentum right now, right? So what does that mean for us in terms of trades? I just need to adjust this line here. As you guys can see, my charts are clean. Reason being is because this little rectangle here is my area of interest for the week. So I'm only going to take note of this rectangle for this week. I'm not looking for much more after this rectangle. This is quite a bit of pips we can chow into down this way. And if we want to buy, we kind of want a sustainable buy, which would only be above here. Right. Let's go look at what this looks like on a 4-hour chart, yeah? So on a 4-hour chart, remember, guys, I'll take entries based off confirmations on a 4-hour and a 1-hour, but for the sake of keeping the video short, I'd like to keep it on a 4-hour chart. So what we see is here, we want to prepare for both ways. As you can see, here's the 200 MA at that support area that's here. Hence why if we buy, right, we only want to get in above this 200 MA. So if we buy, we get in above the 200 MA and we chase it around about there. We can go a lot bigger with the stop loss a lot tighter as well. We could even make the stop there, as long as we get a perfect rejection of the 200 MA and then we get in. Remember, this line is up for negotiation now because we're relying on the 200 MA before we get in, right? With that being said, we also need to take into consideration that this I actually used as a trend line last week and it worked out perfectly, right? 1, 2, 3 rejections, valid downward momentum, right? So ideally, if we break above the 200, when we broke the trend line, meaning we can take an entry from here. The entry might be somewhere here. Just obviously to take into account that the 200 might actually come to the downside, right? We can also see if the 200 and the 50 is coming toward each other, we might see bull momentum kicking in soon. Nas should not be dropping the way it is. This could just be wick fills on the high time frames, like, you know, see if you look here. Or this could just be this wick fill, hence why I say this rectangle is my action area, right? So back to the 4-hour we go. If that's the daily, if that's my target for a buy, right? I won't buy these small buys, guys. These are scalps. I don't really particularly share them on here with the live trading, which I'll share an update at the end of the video for. Then we'll do things like that, yeah? Now, the next thing we want to take into account is the sell, right? So for the sell position, we're going to be here. We're going to come here. So the likelihood of this panning out is quite strong, I would say. Quite strong. I would, to be honest, guys, I prefer to take the buy because it leaves opportunity, moves up to entry, and actually give it a little bit of a run and start chasing like highs, like 16,000s and stuff. But that being said, we kind of want to have this here, right? So these are the two things I'm looking for on the Nasdaq. I'm not looking for anything spectacular off Nas for now. We're in the beginning of a new month, like things are going to steady out soon. This week should be good. That's just all I'm looking for Nas right now. My bias for now is sell, right? In accordance with the trend line. What could happen is, just for your own peace of mind, we could come up, we could come down, we could come up, down, and then shoot out here. Or we could do the same thing and shoot downside. So either way, we'll catch an entry off of these two. However, if we do, your targets can extend, right? But we first need clear moves from Nasdaq in order to make a proper decision here, right? The second thing I wanted to go through was GBPJPY, right? So in the previous one, in my previous video, we discussed the potential double top. There it is, a GBP then sold, right? Here, what we have here is our neckline, right? So what I'd like to do now is, I'd like for a pullback to take place here, right? A pullback up here, nick that, and reject. Here is where my support is. If we can get a retest of this area, remember guys, always work with an area, wait for a confirmed bearish candle downside, right? What you do is to confirm where exactly you should be looking out for. You pull out your Fibonacci, right? Pull out your Fib. You say to yourself, okay, there I have a support area of a 50. There I have the potential for 61.8. And I'll still mark up to 38.2. Right? So now what I'll do is I'll take away my Fib. Right? Actually, you know what, guys? We'll use our normal method. We'll mark off our target areas as well. Right? We take away our Fibonacci. And this is what we sit with, right? So we have the 38.250, which is likely, and then we have the 61.8. So this area seems likely. However, because you're on a 4 hour, remember, the 38.2 can come and go. So what you want to do is, guys, you want to keep note of these three areas, because these are the three we want to catch our entries off of. Once you see once it rallies upward, gets a bearish confirmation, we get in. Now, with the state of where that is and where my 50 is, I'm going to run it just for theory speaking now, like in terms of what you can look out for. Short position from here, right? Make it just above your 61.8 like so, right? And you run this thing all the way down till here, right? We just quickly want to squeeze over to the daily chart to go see what area that is. Yep, that's perfect. That is a perfect GBPJPY entry. Don't take the buy unless you're scalping. I don't count to 10 trade, guys. We're on a downward momentum. I'm only going to look for sells here now. Should the market reverse, however, should we come down, to for whatever reason, the only times you should be getting buys and like getting sustainable buys is what I'm talking about, is up here, right? That's where I will start seeking buys. For that reason, we will do, I know I said this in my previous video, but for this week, we will do a market recap. With Russia-Ukraine war coming out, things got a little bit difficult to kind of counter, like pinpoint accuracies on here. What was the point of doing it? Because anything could happen in those areas and bam, then things just go south, right? So this week we will do a follow-up with you guys. We're going to be a little bit more active. We're going to shift our focus onto the YouTube channel going forward, right? So while we're on the concept of charts, we are going to start our live trading sessions. I'm just trying to figure out which ones to do, because what I'd like to do is like to offer everyone the opportunity in the chats to suggest things that they want me to analyze. I trade GBPJPY, US30, S&P 500, Nasdaq, and occasionally I'll dabble in oil. Recently I've actually actively traded oil, like with new members in my team. We took all these buys, this whole thing from here, we took it all the way up, right? So I'm finding my feet with oil. So if oil is something you guys want me to do, please feel free to put it in the comment section below. So we want to have a look at the news this week. Let's refresh our page quickly. So this week we have job openings, we have crude oil inventories, very big fall. So as you can see, Wednesday things get kicked off, right? job openings, we have crude oil inventories, we have core CPI. This is very good for us. There are a couple of things I want to run through there on. We have initial jobless claims, we have GDP for the UK, we also have manufacturing production, MOM, right? We also have this here, employment change. This slightly affects the USA. So we'll see what happens here. I only put this in here because of the oil inventories that I like to keep into account where Canada comes into play. So obviously if you add in Canada, this will come into play. So I'm going to keep an eye on this to see something. There is a little bit of something I want to share with the guys in terms of Canada, right? News-wise, we're looking good, guys. Like we should be keeping eyes on what's happening with Russia, Ukraine. And yeah, guys, that's basically it for now. Like I said, I'll keep you guys updated with the buy up here by GBPJPY, and then the same thing will go for Nasdaq. If we can hit this level here with the divergences coming into play, it means these buys could see itself coming. However, I do want this first, right? Maybe even a fill down here. Let's go see quickly what's happening with the monthly chart. Yeah, pretty much wanting to just check this if this is a wick fall. Our test of this area over here, because it still then hasn't come to test this strong area over here, the strong area of support. So we're just going to keep guys, and like as things progress, if things progress aggressively, I'll make a video sooner than later. And I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and keep it moving more than average.